Welcome back to the Neverwinter Nights 2 original campaign. What I decided to do was give Chandra Jarrow the plate armor that I just made. You can see it in a little bit. And I gave the Gith, I gave her the... she'll bring Kara. I gave the gift the what do you call it? The chromatic breastplate that Chandra had been using. I'm going to bring Kara because it might be possible that we run into something. What is your...
Make your path mine.
Make your path mine. Okay, level 2. I'll say Lesser Dispel. And level 6. What is this? Destruction. Wow. Ooh, Blade Barrier. You have control undead. What is your deity? None. That's because you're not from Faerun and you're not bound by the rules that are set up here. You don't have to worry about the Wall of the Faithless. You're Gith. Now we're heading to Crossroad Keep. The F key will display the quick spell menu. Will there be a quick load? Here we go. Okay. You know, I really should have Alani here. Okay. And in fact... Oh, nice. So, Kara, Alani. Yep. Oh, it can't just travel to the place I am already from. I was coming from. Can't travel to the place you're coming from. Shucks. Ugh. Excuse me. The most fearful, powerful, legendary silver swords of the Gith Yankee is their ability to sever the silver cords of astral travelers, killing them instantly. It's not exactly killing them. The astral traveler loses the link back to their body goes into a coma, and unless the traveler can somehow find their way back to the body in time, then the body dies. But they're not dead, they're just, you know, a bodiless spirit. Okay. Are you lawful neutral?
Yes.
Yes, you are.
What do you need?
Gray cloak. Any chance we're getting better gear soon, Captain? I'm not the captain yet. I'm not the captain. I shouldn't have said yet. I know I'm going to be, because I've played this before, but...
It's seen better days. And will again. This keep was destroyed during the war with the King of Shadows. It was a dark time for Neverwinter, but we persevered, as you have this day.
Supposedly, I'm a veteran of that war, but you weren't even born. I know. Character creation thing is rather silly, isn't it? It looks like Crossroad Keep is being rebuilt.
I have brought you back here under orders. For Lord Nasher has a new task for you. And perhaps our guest can see what it is you'll be fighting for in the coming days. These people you see around you. They are now yours to command as you see fit. You are their captain in Neverwinter's service. Make this keep ready for war. Gather troops to your banner and be prepared to strike when this enemy reveals itself. To help you manage the keep, Lord Nasher has assigned you an officer, Kana, and Master Vidal has been contracted to help you rebuild the keep and the surrounding area. You are the master of this keep now. You have earned it through service and blood. And you have earned my trust, and that of Lord Nasher. This is your land. Defend it, for the sake of your people and the sake of Neverwinter.
Look, even now shadows fall upon this plain, yet still its beauty persists. It is not surprising to me that our enemies wish to mar this place with their blades and their war.
I need to know about this threat.
Know this. The first glimpses of this conflict you have seen are not the first. They are but glimpses of things that travel well into the past and the present. It is all part of a greater war. A war almost as great as the one that split my people on the Sword of Gith long ago. And the tragedy is tied to such a blade. These shadows you see. There is a lord who dwells in darkness with them. And he has fought on this plain before against those who have embraced Gith's hatred. The Githyanki. This lord and the Githyanki, it is difficult to know the true hatred between them. He attacked them long ago, attempted to cast his shadows upon their fortresses in the plains beyond. The fighting was terrible, fierce, and it was only through the deaths of thousands of Githyanki that this King of Shadows was driven back. But no matter how many countless thousands of their people they lost, they were only capable of severing the portal through which he could attack them. And so, the Githyanki were denied a victory and forestalled their war for a time. But know that the Githyanki do not forget their enemies. And though the King of Shadows had been driven back, still they sought a way to reach him, to kill him. And as terrible as knowing the followers of Gith hunt for you, even more dangerous is this lord, this King of Shadows.
And where is this King of Shadows and how do we stop them?
Know that I will aid you if I can, but it may already be too late. The King of Shadows was not always tied to darkness, and that is part of the tragedy. His will was once devoted to an ancient empire, to the protection of its people. He was once the light of Ilfarn, empowered with the strength to protect them from their enemies, and he was bound to the natural magics of the plane, the weave. But as much as a ritual created the guardian that was to be Shadow, there is a ritual that will unmake him. It is a ritual of purification, designed to allow him peace when his days of sacrifice are done and the Empire needs him no longer. If the ritual does exist, it lies within the ruined Ilfarn city of Arvan. It is there you must go to purify yourself and gain the strength for the battle ahead. I have marked the location upon your map.
That is what it takes. That is what I must do.
Know that this path is a dangerous one. Even the people of Ilfarn, as powerful as they were unable to defeat the King of Shadows. But know that this ritual of purification and the blade of our enemies are the only chance of success in this.
What if I accidentally let him loose?
He can already make his presence felt beyond his chains. The advantage is his. If you cannot strike at an enemy, know your battle is already lost. You doubt me, and that is because you do not know me. You need allies, Kalakcha, not more enemies and doubt to divide you. For in dividing the mind, you divide the battlefield and you cut your strength in half. I am a Zerth, and I swear upon the circle of Zerthamon that what I speak to you I know to be true. And know that your life is as precious to me as it is for the followers of Gith to end it. And this king, know that he threatens us all.
You're declaring you're a Zerth and making an
This
oath
title
based
of
off that
Kalakcha, do
doesn't
you know
mean
it?
anything
You
to me.
wear that title because the name knows you, even if you do not know it yourself. But let me speak my thought plainly, without circles of meaning. They call you the Shard-Bearer, this Kalakcha, because you carry a piece of Gith's blade within you, near the heart.
They were calling
And
me
you
that
have
before
always
they knew
borne it
that.
close to you. It was once said that Gith's blade, once drawn, would never find a scabbard again. And now it is sheathed within you. It sings. And they can hear it as I hear it, whispering all the hate of Gith and the war she sought to bring to the plains. A war that would have ended us all if Zerthamon had not met her blade with his at the pronouncement of two skies.
What must I do?
Know that you are the only one who can reforge Gith's blade and use it once more in a battle. A battle that will free your lands and people from an evil even greater than the evil the Illithid sought to bring upon my people. There is no other. And if the title of Kalakcha displeases you, then know that you must make another title, and perhaps your name shall be the battle cry by which this ancient enemy, this King of Shadows, will be defeated.
So you will travel with me.
I make this pronouncement to you, greater than the bond of two deaths as one, with a strength that echoes the pronouncement of two skies. I make the pronouncement of three in darkness, two in light. As the two of us shall meet this king in his fortress, it shall become a battle of three. And when it is over, the two of us shall walk in the light and you will taste true freedom, just as Gith and Zerthamon did when they broke the will of the Illithid at Sagrasa's end. It is my life I am giving you, Kalakcha, and I ask that you let me share your path with you.
Thank you, JV. I will welcome your help.
Then we shall speak no more of it, now that my vow is spoken. Now we must travel to the ruins of the culture of Ilfarn, and there undergo the rituals you will need to arm your spirit against the King of Shadows.
You do realize again that none of the oaths you're speaking of bear any meaning to me, and thus I have no idea whether you're just making stuff up to make it sound like you're... Oh, never mind. Where are these
I have
ruins?
marked the location of the city on your map. There we shall find what we seek and complete the ritual of purification.
Okay. Excuse me. Okay. There's Nishka, there's Chandra. Where's Alane? Alani, for some reason, is not coming.
I will take the lead. Protect me for a moment.
Okay. Before... What's in here? Ah, nothing. Okay. Before we do that, let us go speak to our lieutenant and our guy here, Master Beetle.
Officer Kana, reporting for duty, Captain. Lord Nasher has given you a great honor. but rebuilding these grounds will be a considerable undertaking.
And one I look forward to. Pleased to make your acquaintance, Captain. I am Master Vedel. I won't lie to you. This keep is in a sad state of repair. We will need all the resources you can bring to bear to fix her up. With the help of my crew, we can turn this place into a true masterpiece of engineering.
Master Vedel is excellent at his craft and capable of what he claims, if somewhat eccentric.
Let's move
I went
back.
ahead and
Oh,
inspected
we
the
can see his
grounds.
face now.
There is much work that needs to be done. The courtyard itself is in a shambles, but that can be fixed quickly. Strong backs and long hours and you'll see the shape of the keep. And, well, what's underneath won't be pretty, but before long we'll have the keep cleared out for you. We're embarking on a true adventure. Men, set the camp over there. I'll draw up plans for the work.
There are preparations I must make. Come speak to me within the keep when you would like an update, Captain.
Before we go to Arvon, I want to get some of this stuff dealt with. We've cleared the grounds. As you can see, there is much work to do. Work requires a certain amount of coin. My men need to be fed, after all, and the amount of material it will not be cheap. There is good news, though. Sir Naval formally commissioned me to work on the project, and Lord Nasher will fund a part of it. But the other part is up to you. I will need gold to rebuild, but Nasher's coin will cover expenses for a time. I live for my work, you see, but others don't. How much money did Lord Nasher give me? I do not know the exact figure, but not enough. People just don't appreciate how much good masonry costs. This missive details how much gold Neverwinter has allocated for Crossroad Keep. You can use those funds or your own to work on several things. The keep, the courtyard, the fortifications, and the surrounding lands. How does the courtyard look? The courtyard itself doesn't need anything, but there are several buildings that will have to be built from scratch. You don't need to worry about rebuilding all of it. Some accommodations will be built by the people that come to live here. The inn, for example, is already operational, naturally. But there are some buildings that could become shops, and those will need work. What needs work inside the keep? The keep has been laid bare to the elements for decades. Many of the rooms are structurally unsound, don't you know? I've closed off many rooms until my men can work on it. Rubble will need to be cleared and stonework repaired in there, but it can't be done. How much work do the fortifications need? Extensive work. It is also the most time-consuming to work on. The outer walls wouldn't hold out a kobold with a table knife right now. And the fortifications are what Lord Nasher cares about most. But when my men are working on that, we can't work on any other projects until we're done. Is there anything wrong with the surrounding land? Nothing is wrong with it. It could just be so much more right. Crossroad Keep is atop a large hill, and the trail could be widened, maybe even converted to cobblestone. And the roads nearby have no local lord to maintain them. Those could be improved, as well as the bridges, and, well, a great deal could be done. Mostly that will help with trade, that in turn will help you with funding the rest of the projects the men and I would like to undertake. Rebuilding roads is simple, but very labor-intensive. When the men are working on that, they can't be doing anything else. Okay, tell me about yourself. I am Master Stonemason Vedel. I hail from Cormier. I traveled the many leagues to work on cathedrals, mansions, and palaces. Sadly, so did half the masons of Faerun, it seems, and no one ever seems to appreciate a true artist. Wait, well, up until now. The faith you and Lord Nasher have put in me, well, it's just overwhelming. Can you tell me about Cormier? The Steel Regent tends the throne for Azun V well enough, especially considering the troubles that beset Cormier. Neverwinter's been no bed of roses either. That's why folk like you can make a living. There's enough that needs fixing for hundreds of your like. Okay, nothing right now. Farewell. I am going to talk to Kana before I talk to you, because Kana will tell me how much gold I have. Ooh, there's Wolf. Okay.
It is an honor to serve, Captain. You have been rewarded greatly with this stronghold. Long have I waited for my blade to be in the service of someone worthy. My waiting is over.
I'm not as worthy as you might think. The honor is as much mine to have you and others work for me.
You are too modest. We are the ship, and you are the wind that moves us. There is much yet that needs to be done. Rebuilding the keep itself, Master Vedel can handle. But training the Grey Cloaks to defend its battlements is very important. Training a few men can be done quickly with the right teachers. But Sir Naval has promised 100 men for you shortly. And if the keep grows, so will your retinue and your command. So, we must start with the basics and turn these farmers and shepherds into fighting men.
Besides training, what needs to be done?
There are a few families of farmers that will want protection from the local keep, as they had in years past. This section of the high road has also been plagued with bandits since Crossroad Keep fell to the King of Shadows long ago. We have been given the right to tie the merchant trains that come through. But until the road is made safe, any tithe collectors will find the road empty. Merchants prefer safer, longer roads, especially if they make more profit. But all of this relies on training your Grey Cloaks into capable soldiers.
Anything
I will
else?
carry out your orders when you are away. Once the men are trained, there are more things they can do. As our numbers swell here, I could use more able sergeants to oversee the men. I can train and assign tasks to sergeants if you find some for me. The decisions you make here may have a large impact on the cloaks and the people on your land. After some time, I'm certain Lord Nasher will have direct orders for your men. But until then, they are yours to command.
Okay. May I be of service, Captain? Give me a report on Crossroad Keep. 70,000 gold, 0 gold income, 0 recruits. Merchants 10, peasants 5. Average, 50 Grey Cloaks. Average, no training, low unit strength, poor weapons, no armor, no special missions, no sergeants. No construction done yet. Keep upgrades. Ruined, very low, and poor. Okay. Let's see. I want to organize the men. We have several men, Captain. There are many things we can do with them. The men can be assigned to different tasks: training and garrison duty, patrolling the roads and keeps lands, trying to recruit more Grey Cloaks to join our ranks. I have assigned the men to training and garrisoning the keep for now. On occasion, special assignments may be available. It might be wise to check back with me whenever you come to the keep. Do you want to reassign what your Grey Cloaks are doing? No, I want to keep them training. Let's change subjects. Or the surrounding areas. Our roads are some of the most dangerous in the realms. Only well-armed travelers would consider going down them. Only a few merchants use our roads, not enough to support the keep. It isn't too much different than when you became captain. It's because I just became captain. The surrounding lands are wild as they were to begin with, possibly worse. Bandits have been using this area as a haven for many years. They will have to be driven out. There have been hardly any changes since we've started here, because we just started here. The same handful of farmers buried in the hills. The land is practically empty. Okay, let's talk about tithing. As captain of Crossroad Keep, you have the right and duty to collect taxes and tithes of the people on Lord Nasher's lands. It's left to your discretion how much you to collect. These funds go to the keep's coffers and can be used for construction. There are 2 taxes involved, those on merchants and those on farmers. These lands have been lawless for many years, and the rugged farmers here are not used to being taxed. They may resent it. The merchants are also used to the keep's portion of the high road being a free road, but a dangerous one. If we tithe them at all, they may consider longer, safer back-country roads or hiring ships from Highcliff. Until the land is tamed, any taxes you oppose may only chase those we need to lay. So we are not going to do tithing right now. Okay. I am going to ask her a couple more questions, and I'm going to end this video. I want to talk more about the men and the sergeants. What do you want to know about your troops? How battle ready are they? Most of our men haven't received a day of training. They may have just walked off the farm and been given a blade. The men perform their duties with minimal complaint, and there are few incidences of insubordination. Considering the reputation of Grey Cloaks, they do well. The men's gear is, I hate to say it, pathetic. Most are still equipped with what they brought from home. That's the end of my report. Do you have any more questions about the men? What sort of standards do we have for recruiting new men? The Grey Cloaks are primarily a peasant militia, so any man able to carry a spear is let in. Perhaps not any man. Criminals or those who have that air about them are not accepted. But don't have to be so lax, Captain. We can make our standards higher. If we have higher standards, we will find fewer recruits, but they will be more capable. You can always lower the bar if you need more men. But be careful, once we lower our standards, we can never raise them again. I only want the best to join my Grey Cloaks. You will be as you command. What do you want to know about your troops? What sort of standards do we have? Battle ready. Okay, change stay. Tell me about yourself. I am Kana, a warrior who follows the way. All other words are ephemeral, like trying to catch butterflies with blades of glass. I still seek the purity of the way of swords. The way is not about destinations, instead it is the path. Through serving you, I have found the way again. I cannot thank you enough for that. Can you teach me the way of swords? I cannot teach you the way. It is a path of service, and you are one who leads. Okay. Farewell. And that's going to be the end of this video for now. I'm going to save first. I will try to save first. I think I will save first. I'm going to take my hands off the mouse. I'm going to lean back. I'm going to stare at the screen. I'm going to move the mouse again. D. Come on. Give me a save. Don't tell me you've locked up. Thank you, God. Sorry, that's a little bit presumptuous. Let's see. Meren. Oh. Lady Maynold. There we go. And it's slow. Okay, so that's the end of this video. Catch you in a little bit. We're going to be handling stuff dealing with setting up the keep before we go to Arvon. Probably won't get finished. We'll get to a place where we can't do anymore. But then again, okay. Talk to you in a little bit.